Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NX Show here on twitch.tv/the NX Show and codenamenx.com. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
Which house will you be moving in this Friday?
I don't know, man.
I know who house I'm getting.
I don't know. Look, my whole week is full of Fire Emblem coverage and videos and stuff because I want to try to be,
Prepare.
Yeah, and by the way, Jesse's out of town. Ray's doing the Fortnite event. You can check that out on twitch.tv/Ray Apollo if you want to go check that out. He'll be here shortly when it's over. But, yeah, Ed and I have been talking about doing more within, now that we have like the podcast established and everything, do more through the website and more through our YouTube channel and everything. I want to get back to quick looks and let's plays and our stuff that we discussed when we kind of relaunched everything. But yeah, this whole week is just going to be Fire Emblem to the point where like I might be sick of Fire Emblem before the game even comes out, but I don't care because everything I'm seeing about Fire Emblem Three Houses looks awesome. But we will talk about that in a hot second. I want to get through this housekeeping and announce our August giveaway because I think a lot of people are going to be excited about that. So
yes.
Welcome to the NX Show, your source for video game news, analysis, and other shenanigans. You can catch up. You can catch us here on twitch.tv/the NX Show or codenamenx.com/live every Saturday around 1-2-ish Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 or 2 Eastern time for a pre-show followed by the podcast. If you can't join us live, no big deal. You can head over to codenamenx.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or your favorite podcast service of choice on Tuesday mornings for a fully edited show to consume. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show and like the NX Project's Facebook page. You can also join our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the NX Project. If you have any questions, you can tweet at us, look for the question thread through the Facebook community, or email us at contact@codenamenx.com. We'll also take live questions in the Twitch chat if you're watching. You can also find all of our content on codenamenx.com, including our videos, old content, reviews, blogs, live streams, and more. I've actually been slowly updating the website, so you can check it out there. I think I'm going to try a new color scheme, a cleaner color scheme for the website, just because it looks a little jumbled, and for some reason, the blue seems to be clashing with the charcoal, and it's just kind of... Yeah. So, Ed, we're going to announce our August giveaway right now.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
I am so ready for this.
Well, you fans of Platinum Games will be happy to hear that we are giving away Astral Chain for Nintendo Switch in the month of August. It comes out August 30th, which is a Friday. Yes. We will be announcing the winner of that giveaway, the show prior to the release date, so you can have it ready to go when the game comes out. So the rules are simple. All you have to do is email us at contact@codenamenx.com your subscription to the YouTube page, the Twitch channel, or your podcast service of choice. You can also send us a rating and your review on your podcast service of choice for a second entry. If you send all 4, that is 4 entries into the contest. So make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share, review, all that good stuff. So those are the rules. Fairly simple, I think. So, yeah. So that's all the housekeeping we have. Hopefully, you're joining us live here on twitch.tv/the NX Show for that live reveal of who wins. So,
yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna chat a little bit about what we've been playing and a little bit about the upcoming games for Switch that are coming out that we're really excited for, and other systems if we feel like talking about the Gears tech test is this weekend, which I plan on playing tonight. So maybe full impressions of that next week or in a separate video. So I'll probably be streaming it also. So, but Ed, let's talk about, we talked a little bit about it on the pre-show, but let's talk a little bit about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, because we've both been playing that. And
Yes.
I think we have, I don't want to say similar feelings on the game, but I think we have a similar vibe with the game, if that makes sense. So
yes.
I'm not very far, right? I just got through the Guardian stuff, right, and then I turned it off because, you know, I'm a dad and baby has to nap and eat and change diapers and everything. So
Yes.
But I think I just need to get to a point where I'm finding heroes that I like to play as, but there's something about this game that feels a little off for me personally. I feel like I want it to be faster, like the combat to be faster and more fluid, and I feel like it would almost fit the game better if it wasn't four characters on screen, maybe like 2 or 3, like 3 max. And like I just want the combat to feel faster, and maybe some of the other characters, like maybe Wolverine will be faster, right? Maybe Spider-Man, I'm sure, will be faster, you know. But I feel like something is off or missing.
What I think for me, and you guys could check the pre-show, but I think some patches need to be happening with this game, because at times the frame rate messes it up. So there's like, it feels slowed down and stuttering at times.
I mean, during the Ronin fight, that first Ronin fight, Accuser is the first boss fight. First kind of boss fight, and like, dude, I was getting probably sub 15 frames. And I was docked playing it. So, I mean, it's not like handheld, whatever. I was docked playing it, and I was getting sub 15, I think.
Yeah, I played it. I played the first part, the first whole chapter with the Guardians, in handheld mode. And I didn't have much of a problem with it or anything. But then when I docked it and I played more with my Pro Controller, I kind of started seeing more of the frame drops, and I think a patch would fix it. I think if it was a 2-player game or something, I think the frame rate will go faster, and I think that's one of the problems, that if they fix this frame rate to be a little bit smoother, it should be. I think it should feel fast. I talked about in the pre-show about the camera. It's too far back where you can't really see who you're fighting, because at points it's just like you don't know what's going on. It's just too much is going on. So I think if they fix a little part of the technical stuff, I think the game would be better. But I personally am enjoying it. I'm having a blast with it. You know, I think it's something that you could pick up and play and be like, okay, that's cool. And then if you want to go into something else, or come back later on and play and stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know how to explain it, really. Maybe I just need to get farther and play more and stuff, but it's just, I'm kind of disappointed that I bought this game right away. It's one of those feelings that I haven't had with a Nintendo game in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because everything I've played on Switch, even Kirby Star Allies or Super Mario Party, like I was like, I even if I didn't enjoy it myself, I could see like, okay, I see who the audience for this, right? Because when we were doing PAL Block, like, keeping up with a lot of, especially the first party Nintendo stuff, was like really important for me, at least, to like, okay, I can analyze this game, play it a little bit, and kind of like, okay, I can see the game's not targeted for me, but I can understand the audience it's for and what it's doing well, right?
Yes.
And like, I'm really honestly struggling. Like, who is this game for? Because the Switch is like Nintendo's. I mean, the Switch has clearly shown that they're aiming towards an older audience, but like it's been like 12 years since Ultimate Alliance 2, and
Mm-hmm.
People picking up a Switch for the first time and picking this up might not know about those original games, so they don't have nostalgia for those original games.
Yes.
And if they want to play a Diablo style game, like Diablo 3 and Torchlight 2 are on Switch, like those are better versions of that style of game. So like, is this just for like a casual Marvel fan who happens to own a Switch and wants to play as all these heroes? Is that like, I'm just kind of struggling to see like why somebody would have bought this on day one besides like the hardcore Nintendo fans, because Nintendo is publishing this game.
I think it's because it's a new IP. Definitely seeing this game being brought back.
This is,
I mean, well, not new IP. You're right. Being a new game, I should say, not new IP.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because
I was just,
yeah. I think because of the Game Awards, when everybody's seen it, this was unexpected. And because Nintendo fans or anyone who owns a Switch were getting shunned by Square Enix because of the Adventures game that was coming out. We weren't getting anything. And then out of the blue, when we seen it at the Game Awards, we were just like, wait, what is this? Okay, it's a Switch game. Guardians of the Galaxy? Telltale? No. And then when all that stuff got revealed, everybody hype level was set, which is like, okay, they're bringing this back. It's an exclusive. Tecmo's doing it. And then everybody was just happy to see it, from people who are casual gamers, who are Nintendo fans, who love Marvel, or who actually love these kind of style of games, these RPG games. They were happy to just see something very unexpected. So I think this game is just for those kind of gamers. The thing with Torchlight and Diablo 3 is that because they come from PC and they've been out for years, in a sense, they have more of a fan base than the Ultimate Alliance, those kind of Marvel games and stuff.
I mean, yeah, but in that case, this just kind of feels like not. I mean, I'm glad like Nintendo has a really cool exclusive game, but like it to that point, it almost feels like the potential of this game is wasted because it's only on the Switch. Like, having this game on like to me, this feels like a game I would check out if it was on Xbox Game Pass, if I wasn't trying to like keep up with stuff and play games for the podcast and the YouTube channel and Twitch and stuff. Like,
yeah,
this feels like a game that I would download off a Game Pass because it looks all right, but I would never spend all my money on it. And I don't know. And again, like, that's just me. I'm not the biggest Marvel guy. I'm not the biggest, like, superhero fan. I have like superheroes that I enjoy watching the movies, and I'm a pretty big X-Men fan, right? So like, and in all honesty, like, I was really excited for the X-Men stuff, except now it's locked behind the season pass, which I didn't know until they announced the season pass. I mean, it's fine, whatever. Characters are still in here, whatever. But like, this just like. That's just what this feels like, and I know Walmart has the game for $50 instead of $60. So I mean, there's that, I guess. But unless you're like really a big fan of the comics side of Marvel and those original Marvel game, like the Ultimate Alliance games, like honestly, from what and look, I've only played a little bit of this game, but from what I've been playing and what I've seen, I almost feel like that original game is better in a lot of ways.
The first Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the X-Men, even the X-Men Legends games to a point. So
I would always wonder about those two series. I'm like, I wonder how did they both give birth the X-Men Legend and Ultimate Alliance.
Well,
Where,
I think, Raven was doing a lot of cool stuff before they got turned into that Call of Duty studio.
mm-hmm.
And, like, they were doing cool stuff to the point where, like, Activision also had the Marvel license, so they let, like, Raven was doing cool stuff, and so they built cool stuff. And so...
Yeah. I think, for me personally, for this game, I'm happy that it was created and it's made because I love Team Ninja. I love Tecmo Kobe, or Kobe Tecmo, I should say. I think this is one of those games to show how strong Nintendo library of games can be, and for some people will be, because it's just like you don't expect anything like this to happen. For Marvel to actually come in and work with Nintendo and Tecmo Kobe, or Kobe Tecmo, to make a game like this, that's really crazy. Marvel working with Insomniac with Spider-Man and seeing those numbers. Marvel just having, well, not Marvel in a sense, but comic book hero video games not being really good in a sense, besides Spider-Man and Batman and the Arkham series. Like, we didn't really have strong games in comic books and comic book games, I should say.
Yeah.
And that may be due to movie licenses or whatever. But I feel like this one is kind of just like for a casual player. I think it's easy for someone to pick up and play, get into some grinding, fill a void, and if you've been waiting for other games to come to Switch or any platform at that sense, or if you feel like you don't want to dig anything into your library and you just want to play something fun and exciting with people around the world, I feel like this just fills the void. I think it does a good job where, it's out there, you get it, you play it, you have fun with your friends. You can play it when you feel like you want to. If not, and if you don't want to play it, you don't want to buy it, that's fine. It'll always be here. A patch will be there. If you set your sights for Fire Emblem Three Houses over Marvel, that's good, because I think this works in Nintendo's favor to be like, we want to deliver you guys content for your system that you question, that some people really question, like, okay, what's next for the Switch? After you had a bomb 2017, a great 2018, what in the world is playing next? Because we all had our mind to be like, what is Nintendo going to do now? And look what they've done. And I think this just like, I feel like this is continuing off of Super Mario Maker 2, that we had a lot of great games starting with Yoshi's Woody Crafted World and stuff coming out, and other indies and everything. And I think this is just be like, what? This is the jump off point for July. Fire Emblem is going to like really take all your time, and hopefully both games, whenever you get a Switch, or if you have one, whenever you get these games, it'll lead you into Astral Chains or the stuff that's coming in later on in the year. Like, I think it's just a good game just to fit into a library. You don't necessarily need to have it or anything. If it's not doing anything for you, that's completely fine. I think it's Nintendo, regardless, still wins, because there's going to be something for these kind of players who like this kind of game, and it's going to be it's going to always be there for Black Friday, or maybe a special edition and stuff that might come out and people will get. We all said, kind of agree maybe, that this will hold people over for when the Avengers game come out next year.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, it really shows, like, it's a good, this game is a decent library filler, like you said, right? Like, it's not coming anywhere else. It's not Nintendo first party internal, but it is Nintendo published, right? And a good exclusive to have. I guess my point I've been trying to say, which I haven't really done very well, is like, if you want to know anything about this game, just watch some videos on it and get your hands on it. Because like some like Gamora is like the one character that I can point to and be like, she feels good to play as, right? With her,
Yes,
she's a little bit faster. She's got a sword that feels good to swing around, right? Like that character feels pretty solid. Like, and that's why next week I'll probably talk a little bit more about it. Except I'll be so down in the Fire Emblem hole. Like I will probably be extremely tired next week because of Fire Emblem.
Right. And that's what I think what's going to happen, probably with you, Corey. That Marvel Ultimate Alliance is going to get set aside, not forgotten, but just definitely set aside. And we're all going to be focusing on Fire Emblem because there's so much in that game that's going to have to be talked about and broken down and discussed.
Well, it's going to be like. Fire Emblem for me is going to be like, I'm going to try to 100% the game, right? Because I need to figure out what house I'm going through first, but I will play through all three houses, right? And see those storylines play out and stuff, right? And and if it had like achievements or trophies or whatever, that would be a game I would try to platinum, right? Because I love Fire Emblem. I actually booted up Awakening last night because I started it like 2 or 3 months ago. We talked about it, and I played through probably the first 2 hours of it, and I wanted to see where I was. And I understand that this game is going to be pretty different from Awakening, right? But like those 3DS games are very, very good.
Yes. I wish Awakening would come to Switch.
Yeah, I wish. Well, there was that rumor. Remember that Fates HD was supposed to come to Switch at some point, and it never did because it's a rumor, and most rumors don't come true.
Very true.
But I do want to give this game a fair shake, right? I'm like I said, I'm only an hour in. I literally just unlocked Spider-Man. Right, when you get to the raft and you're fighting through the mobs of guards and Spider-Man's there, and you could choose for him to be on your team or whatever. But like, I want to get some heroes that personally I like in terms of like movies or reading comics back in the day or watching the cartoons and stuff, and then I will reassess it. But between Mario Maker and making cool levels and Fire Emblem and the Gears tech test this weekend, like this game kind of feels like it's not higher on my list, and so we'll see how this week plays out. I'm not busy this week. I might stream some of it this week, so we might have another further discussion about it. But
yes,
this game is like it's a wait and see for me. Like if you are really wanting to play a cool Marvel game, then go, by all means, go find it, play it. I'm sure you will find some enjoyment out of it. I'm finding enjoyment out of it. It's just like, if I was to prioritize a list of games, for me, like I had an extra Nintendo online voucher, right? That I didn't really know what to spend on. So I got this, right? That's what I got with my voucher. I don't know if I would have paid the $60 to go out and seek it out and buy it, right? So that's just me personally. If you're a huge Marvel fan, then you will probably find enjoyment out of it. If you're looking for something to play with friends or just kind of cruise through without any real difficulty, it seems like, so.
And if for those who do own it and not feeling it at the moment, it's a nice backlog game.
Yeah.
Do not. I don't think no one is going to be missing out. I just think it's good I think it's just a good game to have in your library because this is something that was very unexpected to happen.
Yeah.
A somewhat historical moment, let's just say.
Yeah. So. I mean, like I said, I do like the way that Gamora plays. The Guardians characters aren't really my cup of tea. I didn't really care for the Guardians movies at all. And like, maybe that's it too, is like, I'm just trying to get past that part because I'm not a big Guardians guy either. So,
I've been using Captain America for mine.
Yeah. See, you're farther than me though. So, but other than that, I been playing a lot of Mario Maker, which you have too. That game is very special. Like I was telling you before we even started recording the pre-show stuff, like this has made me hook up my NES and SNES classics to kind of play through older Mario games to get a feel. I started making levels to specifically like piss Matt off, for lack of better terms. I realize they're not like great level designs or like quote unquote Nintendo levels, which I get it. I don't really want my levels to feel like Nintendo levels, but I also want them to feel cohesive and like a clean, cohesive level, So I've been playing New Super Mario Brothers U on Switch. I've been playing Super Mario World and the original Super Mario Brothers
Now, for the Super Mario Brothers, the NES one, are you going through all 32 stages?
I mean, I'm going to try. I'm not. I just kind of put it on, and I'm going to add a Ray to the call here. So
okay. And are you? You must be playing it on Switch, then.
What? Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
I'm playing it on the NES Classic.
Oh, okay. I thought you were playing it on Switch because it's on there.
Yeah. No, I'm playing on the. Ed, where'd Ed go? Oh no! I lost him. Technical difficulties. Ray's here, so that's good. There's Ed. Found Ed. It's okay, everybody. I found Ed. You still there, Ed?
I'm still here.
Okay. You disappeared for a minute on my screen.
Yeah. The screen froze.
Yeah.
Skype froze.
Hello. Ray's here
Hi,
also.
Ray.
Hi, Ray. Excuse our Twitch stream while I fix the. Whoops. The things.
Audio.
People's faces. I need to get in here. But yeah, I've been playing it. I've been playing it on the NES Classic, Ed, and so.
Okay.
Just because I can't play, because you can't change your control scheme on the NES Online stuff.
All right.
And I need those buttons to be parallel instead of because you have to hold your thumb like at a downward angle to play it, and it's just a really weird feeling to play. So I hooked up my NES Classic and trucking through a little bit.
Okay.
So that's where I've been playing that.
I'm so glad I do not have to go through all of that. I did all 32 levels of the first Mario game.
Yeah.
Actually, I did all the levels of Mario 1, 2, 3, and World.
Yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh, so I've been trying to teach myself how to make a clean Mario level, and that's where I'm at in that chase. So I've also been making my Mario Maker level a big maze. It's just going to be a big maze that you that you need to have like, I'm making like cool things to do within the level, but it's also like a shorter time limit to give you that sense of urgency to get through.
Yeah.
So. That's kind of what I've been playing. I've also been playing a lot of Destiny. I played last night for a while with my friend Mitch, just playing and grinding to get my light level higher. Finally got Helm of Saint 14, which is totally useless. No, don't congratulate me. I bought it last weekend, so from the vendor. I didn't find it, so I bought it from Zur.
Oh.
And I
mean, I'm still proud of you, whatever.
Well, thanks, Ray. I appreciate you. So what else have I been playing? I downloaded the Gears Tech Test, but I couldn't get it. There were some server issues, I think, and I could not get in there. So
Get in it. Okay.
Yeah. Ray's here. His face isn't, but his voice is here.
I'm
Well,
gonna
can
fix it shortly. I'm fixing something, but no, go ahead. Hey, hi.
Hi, Ray.
can I get? Oh, so can I get what I've been playing out the way real quick?
No, because I'm just kidding. Yeah, go. What have you been playing?
Okay. So Mario Maker, working on my auto scrolling level, trying some things out. Did our planet and put it out there. Hopefully everybody got to try my Evil Should Tear Up. It's a play on Devil May Cry.
Real quick. I beat Matt's claw level so he could suck it.
Yeah, I see him say congratulations.
Yeah,
to you.
suck it, Matt. Yeah.
No, dude, that level was hard. I probably played that level for like 5 hours. I'm not even kidding. Anyways, continue it. I just wanted to, give a shout out to
I got through your levels, so
Ed didn't like my levels.
I did. Look, I found your levels challenging. I was just I trust me.
Sorry, I'm not a Nintendo level designer.
But you just like trying to give me grief. You're just like, Ed, just humor me. Have some grief. I was just like, I can't do that. You're my boss. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, finished Tomb Raider, the definitive edition on PlayStation 4. Got all my collectibles. Everything is 100%.
Fantastic game.
Yes. The only thing is now, like, if I want to get the trophies, I got to do a lot of the multiplayer. I still got to replay the game because there were some things that I didn't get to do with some of the enemies, like shoot them off ropes and stuff like that. And I think a lot of that is done throughout playing the game. But like, I'm finished with Tomb Raider and everything. Really did enjoy going through that and collecting everything. And now I am going to try to go through Rise of the Tomb Raider and collect everything 100% that one. And then jump back into Shadow of the Tomb Raider and try to 100% it, like get through all of that.
It's a good game.
So yeah, it really is good. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, we just had that discussion, picked it up. I didn't get a chance to get Dragon Quest Builders 2. I got to go to another store to get it. I thought they would get the one particular store would get it for Nintendo. They only had it for PlayStation, so I have to go to somewhere else to get it. But I hopefully will pick it up and report on that. Really haven't played anything for Xbox due to the fact of me playing Tomb Raider. So, but hopefully I'll hook up my Xbox and get some of that game in. But that's pretty much all I've been playing. And Contra Anniversary Collection. And Blazing Chrome, I played a little bit more of. I'm still enjoying that. So, but that's pretty much it. Oh, nice. I'm sorry. Last but not least, Final Fantasy IX. I played because I posted that I was playing that on my lunch in my car. It's such a good game. Playing that on Switch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ray, what have you been playing while you're kind of hanging out?
So
besides the Fortnite thing.
That was actually epic, by the way. That was the first time I've been in the game for a Fortnite event. That was actually, like, what they're able to do, I think, is really special. I know that I've made jokes about the game for a long time, and it's because it's it's fun and it's a big enough game that you can't make jokes about it. It doesn't matter. What they did was actually ridiculous. So I jumped into it right after I messaged you guys because I ran home and I jumped in and I logged. It takes forever to log. Excuse me, to load up. I jumped into a game at like 12:52, 53, and there was a countdown timer on the platforms in the game.
Oh.
And so I just kind of went to a spot and kind of posted up just to wait, just to, wait it out and see what was going to happen. Because I was like, oh, did I queue too early? Did I queue too late? Like, am I actually going to get to see this like live as it's happening? So no, I jumped and went to this specific platform and I just kind of waited. And then all of a sudden, like as it got close, at 12:58, all of the heads up display goes away. like your the map went away, your weapons and stuff, like as you can see, it all went away. And I was like, oh, like am I about to get kicked out of the server? What's happening? But no, then this alarm started going off on the platform that I'm standing on, and this giant kaiju just rises up out of the water
wow.
to the east, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. And so it just starts kind of like rampaging a little bit into the map and like blowing stuff up, and I'm like, this is crazy, because I'm like, I'm standing in the game, like just far enough off from where it is, and I'm like, this is nuts. And then they had this giant mech, like Power Ranger-ish type robot that they built from like that's got design inspirations from all the other skins and stuff that they've done in the game.
Yeah,
Which is really cool. And so like they literally have this battle. This battle on the map is crazy. Like, you know, at one point they shoot missiles at it and it's like all unfazed, and then they tackle it into the ocean on the opposite side of the map for a bit, and then, you know, it's like, okay, well, what happened? And then the robot comes out of the water like seemingly victorious and lands on the map. It's like, oh yeah, he did it. But then the kaiju like literally leaps 5 feet over it and lands on it and starts tearing it apart. Like it rips an arm off of it and everything. It's crazy. Then it like, God, I don't know. This was a really special thing. I'm like, Fortnite is doing something that no other game is doing, and I really appreciate that, because this all happened in real time. I think everybody got to see this who was queued up into their servers at the same time, and it was awesome. People just, they put on a show essentially, and I'm like, this is actually kind of wild. And then after it was over, people just continued the game. Like they started murdering each other again. So it's like a temporary ceasefire. But no, I thought it was really cool. It's really, I don't know, it's just different. I think that Fortnite does have something special, and when they do something right, they do something right. And that, I thought that was really well done. It was pretty cool. So props to Fortnite and their team, even though they're overworking their people. So that was awesome. So what I've really been playing though, I'm still playing the crap out of Divinity Original Sin 2.
Mm.
I love that game. It's one currently, because I just got to the biggest twist, kind of like the climax for the story, and now we're trying to figure it out. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This game is so good. There's so many different things you can do. The characters are all very interesting in their own right. I think I am close to 200 hours into this game.
You're almost close to the end of the game?
Yep.
Okay.
And this game is nuts. I love it. I don't know. Like, it's just...
It feels deep.
It is. It's very...
Deep, yeah. Deep in the sense that there's so much to do, and because that content is there, it makes it rich. So, yeah, I can understand you putting like 200 plus some hours into it.
So I've been playing the crap out of that, and I love it. The stories are so interesting, and all of the characters that they give you are all fairly interesting. At least the ones that I picked are super interesting, and I want to find out what happens to all of them. You know, the relationships that you build feel kind of organic. Like my main character and one of the teammates, they are in a relationship now, and it's like, oh God, no, that makes sense. It makes sense. They're so nice together. I get it. But the stories that are kind of folding together now are insane and kind of intense and a little troubling, but really good. Because if I say anything, it'll be a spoiler. So I don't really want. Because I know this game came out in 2015, but still, this game is special. And if you ever had the opportunity to pick up Divinity Original Sin 2, you love RPGs. This is a game you must play this if you enjoy RPGs. I think.
Is it out on console also?
Yes, I'm playing on Xbox One.
Okay, I wonder did PC come first and then console version came later?
That's exactly how it worked. It came out on PC first, and then they put out a definitive edition on consoles.
Oh, console. Okay.
So I don't know. This game is really good. It's deep. It's lore heavy. The combat is amazing. I recently did something that I didn't think was possible in the game. It was kind of wild. Like, so there was this. You have enemies on the map. You can see the enemies on the map.
Yes. And
there was this giant cave troll defending this cave, and it was giving me stress because it was really powerful. And the thing about trolls in this game, troll blood is a characteristic that they heal at the top of every turn if you don't kill it or you don't do something to stop that permanent that they have. Yes. And so I'm not able to, at this point, I was not able to do enough damage to kill this troll in one turn. And so I was either trying to sneak behind it or do something else because this cave was really important to the story. So I had the big brain idea there is a lava pit next to this troll, and one of my characters knows a teleportation spell. So what did I try and do? You know exactly. I tried to teleport that troll into the lava, and it actually worked. I could not believe my eyes. The game allowed me to do this because of the way I positioned myself, and I think it's just built to be able to do that. Like, it's not like, oh, you broke the game. No, I think you can do stuff like that if you're clever enough to figure it out. Which I was like, I love this game. It's so good.
And then you skip to your loot right into the cave.
Right into that cave. I mean, this is after they killed me 4 or 5 times. So, I deserve that. But other than Divinity, I've been playing Splatoon 2 because Final Splatfest.
Yeah, Chaos or Order.
You know I'm an order man.
It's true.
I'm a man of order.
Mostly because
Chaos.
Marina is way better than Pearl. So
thank you very much. Marina is much better than Pearl. I could never be on Pearl's team. Nope. But no, Splatoon 2 is awesome. God, that game is so good. Still. Like,
it is. It's very good.
Such a good game. I love it.
Still need to buy it.
God, so good. Let's see that and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, of course, which I played for like 5 hours yesterday.
Ed and I just had a big conversation about this because, like, I just got to the point where, like, you fight through the raft and unlock pretty much like 20 heroes at the same time. So Ed and I are not the biggest Marvel fans, but we want to get your take on this because you are this seems like the game that's going to be right up your alley, I guess.
It is. Marvel meets Diablo, and I love both of those things very much. I love this game. I really do. It is not the best game in the world. It's not perfect by any stretch. It came out 9 years too late, if you ask me. Like, it's awesome to have it. It's kind of like, I feel like I was running home to play this game, after school. It feels like that. It looks like that. It plays like that. I don't know. But that's not a bad thing. Those are all things that work. I mean, I'm actually like, good for them that they only decided to put this on the Switch, because this would not look good on, I think, a PlayStation or an Xbox. Honestly, just looks wise. I think it fits the Switch. When I was streaming it, I had some people who come in and say, "Oh, this looks like a mobile game," and I'm like,
It looks like when they first showed it off, I thought it was that mobile fighting game. Remember, that Marvel Champions of something?
Champions or Strike Force or Future Fight?
Yeah, one of those. Any of those.
So I mean, yes, there's a lot of them. I could keep going. But I mean, it doesn't look the best. Yep, does not.
but it looks better than I expected it to, which is weird.
And that's how I feel. It does look better than I expected to, because when we first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's lit. I never thought we would ever see this game ever, just didn't expect it to come out. And so the fact that we have it now, it's like, oh, it's just more time with the characters that I appreciate, the characters that I like, playing in a really easy to play game with a story that's predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's been so long since I've had a game with the X-Men along with the rest of the Avengers that I'm like, oh my god, this is great, because it's been so long.
I mean, that's basically what I told Ed. I'm like, I pretty much only bought this game because they said the X-Men were in it.
I mean, there are a lot of people that feel the way. I'm sure we haven't had a game with the X-Men in it in years that was worth anything. You know what I'm saying?
What was the last one? Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Marvel vs. Capcom 3? I think was like
the last one worth a damn. Yeah, I think that was the last one.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Because then, wow, that game wasn't terrible.
Well, actually, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
That game was better than the movie.
It was, actually. I remember playing that going, why is this game any good at all? It has no right being good. And it was.
The Wolverine movie game?
The game,
yes, the game was actually pretty good. But no, I feel like this game is fine. I said that I think if I was like, I am a few hours into it, like a few hours. And I'm like, if I had to give it a score, I would give it a solid 7, straight up. Like
which is been getting a lot of people like 7 to 8.
For me, just 7, straight up. It's fun. easy to play. My wife can play this game with me, and I love that. You know, she didn't have to worry about stuff. I'm like, just hit all the buttons. You'll have a good time.
I mean, what Ed and I said is like, this is a good library filler for the Switch. Between major first-party releases, right? So.
I agree. Yep. Because then I kept reminded that Fire Emblem comes out.
I know. I'm so excited.
And I was like, "Oh no, I'm excited," but I'm like, I said I needed to have Divinity finished before this game came out, and I don't know if I'm gonna have that done. I'm really worried.
72-hour straight stream for Ray Apollo. Here we
Possibly, because I gotta finish Divinity. I have to finish this before Fire Emblem comes out, because I can't have two games of that size at the same time. I can't.
You gotta push.
I'm telling you, man. Everything is being pushed aside for Fire Emblem.
That's what I'm saying. Everything, nothing else will matter.
Destiny 2, Mario Maker.
I will play Destiny, Mario Maker, and Fire Emblem. That's it.
My wife and kid.
Yeah. Oh no!
Wow.
My job. Sleep.
Well, that's why I said Fire Emblem might be delayed for me, because it depends on when Amazon bring my collection to me.
It'll get there Friday.
I decided I had the Wayfair edition pre-ordered, canceled it because I'm like, I want it immediately. I want it there when I wake up, so I'm just gonna download it digitally.
I mean, I did both. Whoops.
No, I'm like I don't know. I just like I need this for what, because it was perfect with Ultimate Alliance. I went to bed on Thursday night. I woke up Friday morning, and it was just there on my Switch, ready for me to play. No harm, no foul. Didn't have to go to the store, nothing. It was so convenient. And I don't know. I think I'm going to do the same for Fire Emblem and maybe even Astral Chain, to be completely honest. So
Astral Chain, I have to have physical. That's platinum. Yeah, that I got to have physical.
See, I have no connection to physical collectible things. I just don't. So I am like, as long as I have the game, that's all that matters to me.
I've been slowly moving that direction, right? Like, I mean, it's on PlayStation and Xbox. I've been moving that direction since last gen, right? Like everything digital. Yeah. I don't need the boxes cluttering shelf.
Exactly.
And I mean, even I told Ed, you know, I was like collecting all these Switch games to the point where like it was just like there's so much room being taken up, and like I'm buying games that I don't even know if I even really want, and it's just like if and then I just traded like probably 80% of my collection in to get digital versions of games that, like, you know, like Mario Kart is digital because I will always play that. There's and there are certain franchises like I will have physical copy for, right? Like Zelda is
to me, I think that might be the only one though. I will always buy Zelda physical, and that's about it.
And Fire Emblem is actually the same way for me.
And I like, for me, I think I see it as a first print run. So to own it, to feel like you're the first person getting it, like with everybody else, it's just something special to me. That's all.
I can understand that. I mean, like, I get it. So I feel like, yeah, there's certain franchises that are special like that for me, like Yakuza. I'll always go and buy those physical. I'll have the Yakuza games physical, because it's just, you're not really going to find those too many places after they've sold what they've sold.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of like, yep. That was the moment where it was like, no, I don't really need the stuff coming in this collector's edition, because I have the one from the last one, and I don't even display it. I bought the collector's edition for both the last two games that came out on the 3DS, and I don't even display them. So I'm like, nah, I'm not just gonna throw this on the shelf.
There's the franchises for me that will always get like physical, that I will get physical for Nintendo will be Metroid, Zelda, Fire Emblem, and mainline Mario games, right? Like, I don't even have New Super Mario Brothers U physically, because it's like I already have it physically on the Wii U, because that's, you know, where I got it. And so but like Odyssey and whatever Odyssey 2 is, or whatever the next one, I'll get physically. But like, there's honestly like no, and Luigi's Mansion I'll probably get physically, because I love Luigi's Mansion in a weird, obscure way so much.
I think that's everybody, because it's such a weird and obscure franchise, but it's amazing.
I remember when the GameCube came out. It came out a couple days before my birthday, and my parents went and found one at GameStop, or I think it was still Babbage's at the time. They went and got it, and then they were like, They gave me a GameCube and a memory card, and my mom's like, "Your dad is going to take you to Best Buy, and you can buy 2 games and another controller." And I'm like, "Oh boy!" So I bought Luigi's Mansion and
boy.
oh boy, huh?
Oh boy.
Disney copyright strike.
My bad.
Oh boy. And I got Luigi's Mansion and Tony Hawk 3 and orange controller, and I'm like,
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm never not playing this again. And now I want the purple and orange Joy-Con, because the purple was the first GameCube color, and the orange controller was like the first GameCube controller I bought. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're hitting all the right notes. So
They got you while in a headlock.
But like the way that like games update and DLC and everything, it's like it's almost like the version of the game you're buying in the store is not the version of the game you're going to play when you get home anyway. And it's like
that is forever going to be the way it is.
And now with like
going forward.
Yeah.
and now with the way that like accounts are being linked and all these things, it's like I mean, you know, if Nintendo or Microsoft or Sony ever stop making consoles and your account goes away, there's something worse going on in the world, right?
Right, and you know,
Yeah.
I kind of, I do see people bring that argument up. But what happens if this goes away? It's just a server; it could be gone in an instant. I'm like, well, if that does happen, you know, in the far future, hopefully, I hope I'm dead. You know,
Yeah.
But if it does happen, it's kind of like, well, I guess the Corey's right. There has to be something else going on that I probably should be figuring something else out anyway, and probably would have been taking steps to, I don't know. The stuff that we do have now, digital, probably won't matter to me in 15 years. Who knows?
Yes.
I don't know. I think that yes, there's a chance for this stuff to not exist, and it kind of sucks. But it's like also, I'm gonna make more money hopefully in my lifetime, and that won't matter to me as much. Where it's like, hey, all those $100s I spent on those games, they don't exist no more. Oh well, I got my money's worth out of them. Oh well, hopefully.
Yeah, it's like Destiny, and like someday we're not going to be able to play Destiny anymore, and it's like
Exactly.
Well, I probably spent like, I mean, if you count all the expansions on 2 platforms, like it's a lot of money on Destiny, and yeah. So, and I'm actually like, whoa, there's Ray's face. That was
Hey.
Oh, there you go. Hello, Mr. Apollo.
But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like as gamers have to call out the bullshit in the industry when we see it, but also understand that things are going to change. And yes, some of those changes we're not gonna like. I mean, the industry's gonna go fully digital one day. It just is. Like, yes, you will have secondhand shops and stores that still sell stuff physically. That's going to happen.
I think the video and game industry is going to almost be like music is now with like vinyl and stuff, where like some like limited run games is like almost ahead of the curve to an extent.
They are.
Because they're like, hey, we're going to make physical copies of these digital games you love, right? And that's like, they're pretty much ahead of the curve on that.
I mean, and instead of
Nicholas.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
I feel like people are going to prevent these things from going away entirely. There are going to be people prevent that from happening.
But I think the thing is going to, if it's going to go all digital, it's going to actually depend on scan disc and people of those. Because the thing about it is,
internet infrastructure and memory prices, and it's going to depend on a lot of things. And then video game prices are going to have to go down if we're going to go all digital.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of seeing that already to an extent with like Game Pass and the Ubisoft Pass and the Square Enix kind of rumored one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's systems in place to be like, well, you just pay a subscription, and you're probably going to pay more for these games.
So, but then, do we? And we'll probably talk about this another day. Do gamers now feel embarrassed about how they treated Microsoft when it came about the used games debate?
No,
because
they don't.
Now, because now that if we're getting closer to digital games and stuff, when used games used to be a hot topic for a lot of people, it seems like that's not going to be the sense anymore.
I mean,
because
it still is though, and it like in my area, like in areas around where I live, not necessarily where I live, because we actually have fiber internet in the area, and it's actually
Sounds nice. I wish that was nice.
We can't have it because we're in an apartment that has a. I mean, I still get 100 down and 100 up, which is like super nice, but it's more expensive than I would like it to be. And fiber is like dirt cheap, but you know, there's places in like the most my parents can get is like 20 down, and that's if they pay a substantial amount of money. And it's
my mother-in-law is the same, and she's very rural, and it's like she can barely get decent internet, like period. Like if the wind blows, which it does all the time in Kansas, it doesn't work.
Yeah, like where my parents live, like if it rains, their internet and cable goes out because it's just bad. It's just bad, and it's like they don't even live in an area that's like rural anymore. Like it's a functioning town that has like, you know, it's just insane the way like one block over you can have like the best internet in the world, and the next block over you're like a caveman.
Oh no.
Wow.
Have you seen this new face app thing? What is this witchcraft?
Someone over here is still using LimeWire to download pictures.
Man, I can't tell you how many viruses I probably got on my high school computer because of LimeWire. I couldn't even tell you. Oh boy,
I've never used LimeWire, so
no. You know what? You had so many viruses that they just kept attacking each other instead of your computer. So
probably. That's
how.
Good thing I didn't have any actual like personal information at that point in my life. So
I know. Exactly. Now we download apps, no problem. Sending our old man faces to Russia, you know.
Right.
So
but no, I'm sorry I was late. You know, I really wanted to experience that Fortnite thing. It was the first one where I was like, okay, I'm like remotely interested in it. I guess I want to experience it for myself. And I'm really glad I did. I thought that was it's crazy interesting what they can do. So
I forgot this conversation started with Fortnite.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Corey, we have some questions to get to.
Look at Ed trying to move the show forward. Can't we just have a good time, Ed? Sorry, Mom. We'll move on to questions.
I already have 30 minutes.
I know. We were just having a good time. All right, let's get into these questions. Okay. Question block. If you have a question, you can email us at contact@codenamenx.com or follow us on Twitter at the NX Show. Tweet at us, all that good stuff. Ashley Davidson writes in. She says, what do you think about the new, quote, old Switch getting a better battery life? Are you upset that it's better? Will you be upgrading? Also, what do you think of the Switch Lite? Now, I think you guys touched a little bit on the Switch Lite last week.
Me and Jesse did, yes. But we didn't touch on the battery one because I think that came after we talked about the Switch Lite.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we wanted to know what you guys thought about the Switch Lite. The battery one, I'm not upset about it. I think it's cool. I already got a Switch, so I'm good to go.
I don't know what it is with gamers and feeling like they are entitled to like, oh, well, I needed the new hottest thing and I just bought this thing. How dare they make something new? Come on, man. Like, have you ever bought a car? Ever? A new car? Like, maybe not, but like, seriously though, there's so many things. Like, you already have a Switch. You have one. It's literally in your house probably. You have a Switch. So for you to be mad that they made a new one with just a little bit better battery life is ridiculous to me.
It's weird. I haven't seen people upset about it.
I have.
But I
mean, did you listen to IGN's Nintendo podcast this week? They were like,
no, I had to listen to it.
They were pretty vocal about their. Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
I'm like, first of all,
I do know. I think it's ridiculous.
I'm like, look, it's. By the time this thing comes out, it's 2.5 years since the Switch come out. Okay, How many did anybody get mad about when the original Xbox switched out lasers and disk drives because they were bad?
Probably.
Well, Twitter didn't exist, so I don't know.
Maybe that's right.
You know,
Out of
dude,
sight, out of mind.
I was too busy looking up skull locations on GameFAQs to worry about,
Oh,
Well, I think more people have more of an opinion about the Switch Lite than the Switch
so
Parent.
and that's what I'm also kind of like taken aback by. Why do you care that they're making a Switch Lite if you don't like it? Why does it matter that you don't like the Switch Lite?
Spoilers, it's not for you.
But this is the crazy thing. Everybody was just like, I'm not buying the Switch for my kids because they might drop it. Okay, Switch Lite is here. Now everybody's still making it about themselves.
Was it you guys that I talked with about? No, I brought this up on the stream. It's like, it's just that time again for people who just want to be mad at Nintendo for no reason. It's that time again.
I like.
You're going to be mad because you're going to end up buying it.
I think the Switch Lite looks cool. The only thing
I think it looks awesome.
The only thing I don't really care for is like the white buttons and sticks because, like, I don't know. I just feel like
what I do care for though, and if I do manage to somehow have the disposable income to buy, I'm buying that Pokemon Switch Lite.
Yeah, I think
if I can afford it by some miracle, I'm gonna buy.
I think for me, if I was to get one, it would be the yellow one.
Yeah,
I really like the way the yellow one looks.
I like the blue and pink buttons on the Pokemon one. Yeah, I really do. I really like the way they look. But no, the Switch Lite, I feel, is a really smart addition by Nintendo. We've seen it. We saw it before with the DS Lite and Pokemon. We're going to see the exact same thing, I think, with the Switch Lite and Pokemon. And if not, guess what? It'll sell more Switches regardless. People will buy a regular Switch or they'll buy a Switch Lite. More Switches, more Pokemon for people to play. Everybody wins.
And plus, it's going to be a great holiday / Black Friday gift for people to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I want everybody to have a Switch. I really do. Not just because I don't make any money off of the Switch, but I think it's a fantastic device that brings me joy, and I want to share my joy with other people.
I want my wife to get a Switch so she can learn how to play video games. It'd be great.
If I got Rachel a Switch, she'd be like, "Why you do this? We already have one. We got Switch at home already."
my wife asks me that all the time. I was like, "Man, there's a new game coming out. I'm so excited." She's like, "Don't you already have a bunch of games to play?" I'm like, good point.
You saw the meme, right? It was the mom meme. Oh, Mom, can we buy a Nintendo Switch Lite? What you mean? We got a Nintendo Switch Lite at home. Shows picture of said PS Vita.
yeah. Is it the dusty one with this frowny face on
it?
Yeah. I've seen it.
I laughed. I think I laughed a little too hard at that picture because it was perfect. Oh, it was so good. But no, Switch Lite, I feel like it's gonna be awesome. It looks really cool. I'm still waiting. I'm holding off, and I'm praying and hoping to all the Nintendo gods that exist that we get a Switch upgrade, further than just battery life.
Yeah.
Please give us an enhanced performance version of the Switch.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a lot. Just a small, like, actual incremental upgrade on the Switch would be awesome, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I'm not talking like 4K, it's got an OLED 1080p 60 120 FPS screen. Just give me something.
I just want to know that when I go to play Zelda again, that it won't chug.
Yeah, I felt that way. Like, I've encountered chug in Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm like, come on, please. Yeah. And that was docked. So I played it both docked and undocked, and I've got it both.
That's why I said there's going to be more patches coming. I think they're going to be patching that game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I'm very back. So the question, I'm happy they're making adjustments to the Switch. I've seen a lot of people who are mad about how it could potentially confuse people, and I'm like, people will figure it out.
Yeah,
they'll figure it out. It's not like
people who think. There's people who think Nintendo. People think that Nintendo makes Microsoft games or Microsoft, and it's just like really.
And that's more the store's job than it is Nintendo's job to kind of put like it's also Nintendo. I'm not saying it's not Nintendo's job at all. It's just they're making a new box for it, and that's a big enough difference, I think.
Look, things get repackaged all the time to just because like. How many times did the Nintendo 64 get reboxed because new games came out and they weren't going to show Mario 64 on the back of the box when Zelda was coming out, right? Or like Shadows of the Empire, like you're not going to show that 3 years after the console comes out because it was a launch game, right? You're just going to like, that's just the way like marketing goes. And like people, like you said, people will figure it out. It's Nintendo's job to like. It's not their job to, they're gonna have. This is replacing the old SKU, right? So like, once they clear out old stock, and I can see stores like putting, and I know we need to move on, but like I could see people like Walmart like, okay, we have a Switch sale, we are bundling these old versions of the Switch. They're not going to say that, but to get them out of stock to move the new ones in, right? Or they could send the old ones back to Nintendo in exchange for new stock, so they can use. I don't know how that all works, but like, you know what I mean, like. There's a couple different things.
I don't know. I just think they're gonna sell. If you somehow got home and found out, oh, this is an old Switch, I want a new Switch, I guarantee you could go right back to the store and be like, I want the other one. It's the same thing. It's the same price. I don't want this one. And they probably would give you money to buy the other one.
Actually may be surprised. I think because of some of the homebrew community and people with that old chip, I think they're going to try to scoop all of those up.
Yeah, I think the launch models specifically are going to be like, it's going to be like the launch like PSPs or whatever, where like I think people are going to want to like Ed said, homebrew them. So
yeah, because the Wii U disappeared like quickly, even before they announced that they weren't making any more.
So I hope that answers the question. I really do.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Deshaun Malone writes in, with Nintendo's fall lineup being lit AF. How do you think how do you think the 2020 lineup will compare? Do you have any predictions for 2020?
I think with them leading off with Animal Crossing, it's really good, really strong way for them to start their new business or new revenue, like for the spring and stuff.
Yeah. Also, I think Gods and Monsters from Ubisoft. I know it's not a Switch only game, but it seems that a lot of people are, Switch fans in particular, are excited for another Assassin's Creed / Breath of the Wild style experience on the Switch. So
yeah, I think they're going to continue this strong lineup because, like they said, they still got stuff in store. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a big game to talk about. Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 are going to be some games that they're going to be talking about. Don't know how long they might add actually more to Smash Ultimate. I think game wise, Bethesda keeps supporting them. They're going to be good. Indie games are going to be good. We got to see what 2K and maybe Rockstar has planned. I think for the 2020, I think they're going to have a strong year. And we're like updating games and releasing new content for some previous games.
Mario Golf, Super Mario Party 2.
Yeah. I think the thing with Nintendo for 2020. I'm sorry, Ray. I think the thing with Nintendo for 2020, even if they don't go big for it, that's fine, because I think more of the focus is going to be on Sony and Microsoft with their new consoles. And you as a gamer are probably going to be watching them more on that than you will be on Nintendo. Nintendo just got to continue just to release content and games, and I think they will be fine with what they're doing. I think more of the focus is going to be on Microsoft and Sony.
Honestly, I feel like going into next year for Nintendo, they're going to. I don't want to say they're going to need a stronger console for the home audience. I don't think they'll need it, but it will definitely help them going forward. When we keep hearing about the tech that the Xbox Next and the next PlayStation have built in.
Yeah.
The stuff that these consoles. If I'm predicting it correctly, these next consoles will be a very nice tech upgrade when it comes to playing games and how quickly they load and how fast they play. And hopefully that's all like what we're looking forward to. Like hopefully they fix their stores and their stores don't suck so we can use those a lot easier. But I also feel like they've both been kind of quiet when it comes to the exclusive games and what's happening with those. They've been kind of like, all right, we've got to calm before the storm, because I feel like they're about to just start swinging. Both of them, Microsoft and Sony,
Sony.
To have them coming out. I'm like, just And Nintendo's going to have to either be like, okay, cool, we can take this for now because we had such a good time with the Switch, it'll be all right. Or they're going to have to fire back with, okay, they got all that. So, yeah, we do got the Metroid Prime. We do got the Bayonetta. We do have some new IPs that we haven't showed you because now is the time for us to put out some new IPs.
If the thing about it is Sony and Microsoft have to show actual gameplay. They cannot stand.
See, that's the thing. They've already showed us the games. Now they can show us the gameplay. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The thing about it is that you got to show us gameplay.
I don't think that's an issue. Like that's the next step.
But I think that's the issue is that you showed us the games. We know what's coming out, but we want to know. You cannot continue to show us trailers till almost your game comes out.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's already something that they've addressed, and I feel like they took the time and wasted our time already to kind of get it out there, get it ahead of us, to see it, and now they're going to start showing us the gameplay for these games because
because Sony has a conference in China next month, and they're going to be at Gamescom. They got to show some gameplay for what they're going to be releasing. Like at this point in time, they have no choice. Microsoft got to do the same thing. They got to show some gameplay before these games can come out. The Gears thing is different because they already got like a test run of it.
They just started though, yeah. So that's different, but
I'm excited to play that tech test tonight. By the way,
can anybody download that? By the way,
if you have Game Pass, you can download it.
I'm gonna download that too. That sounds like fun.
It's only for Game Pass members, which is crazy.
Lit.
Yeah.
I like it. But I don't honestly, Ed, like you say that they have to show stuff. Honestly, I don't think they have to show anything.
Yeah. Well,
either one of them.
I think, but see, that's the
I think they can literally bring the same stuff they've been singing and dancing for the past 6 months. And everybody's gonna groan and roll their eyes, but they don't have to. They don't have to really start doing anything until November. Honestly,
for the next system, I think right now definitely for Microsoft, Halo 6 or Halo Infinite would be the one to really show off, and then they may start
that until right before E3 next year.
Right. Well, for 2020, that's what I'm saying, that they need to show that off. I'm just saying that they can't do another trailer for the system that they're talking about. Like, you're giving us the tech stuff, but we want to see your tech stuff in action. And your CG showcase is not showing us what the system could do. Because it looks good in the CGI because it's a movie thing, but I could do that on a 4K TV with a 4K Blu-ray player and not be able to tell the difference. I want to see what your lighting and all of this stuff, your processing power can really do when the game is actually.
Can I tell you something? These games aren't going to look mind-blowingly different unless you have a QLED TV.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not. These games aren't. They're going to show you really good looking stuff, but when you get it home, it's not going to look like that.
I mean, you're not. I mean, unless you have like a high res monitor, either like watching these through the internet streams, either like they're not going to look great either.
They're not going to look super.
Honestly, how many trailers have you watched that weren't on your phone on the toilet in the last couple weeks, right? Like I listened and watched a whole Easy Allies Fire Emblem breakdown yesterday while I was pooping, brushing my teeth, and taking a shower.
At the same time, sir, we need to talk.
I know.
Sorry.
I mean, brushing your teeth, brushing your teeth in the shower is not uncommon, but pooping in the shower, I'm sorry.
Don't do that. I feel you. A lot of people consume their content through their phones. They do. Simple as that.
Well, like for predictions for 2020, like E3, that would be the big thing that people want to show.
I hope so.
If people think it'd be so on just that CG trailer before they get those actual systems and those games that's going to be on those systems, if it works, fine for them. But for me, and just seeing everybody's complaining about E3 and all of these trailers being shown and stuff, and that still being a complaint. You talked up your tech Now put your tech in use so we can get even more excited. So we can go and really get that pre-sale for that console and for that game. Because you really want to sell people on what that next generation of gaming is going to be for your company, your view, I should say, for your company. You really want to be sold on about that. And I don't think CG trailers is going to be a good enough thing to do it. You can get by it like Cyberpunk 2077 is getting, but like we're going to have to at least see that gameplay. We really want to see what your 4K and your Lightning and 60 frames. We want to see all of that in motion. Even though if it's by our different TVs or monitors that you have, you got to show us completely something for 2020. And I think that's something that they don't have to worry about because they continue to show. They'll show you a trailer, but they might show you some gameplay along with it.
I'm a part of the camp of show me what games you're bringing to the console to let me decide if I'm going to spend my money on it, and then don't show me the game until it's ready. They don't have. I don't want them to show me just a sizzle reel of a bunch of stage trailers. Show me the game when it's ready. Tell me when it's coming out.
I don't mind like the thing. Like for example, the thing I did not care about at E3 the most was Gears 5, the Escape reveal, right?
I was kind of annoyed by that. Yeah.
Because it was I wanted to see like how the game worked. Like it was a very pretty CG trailer, right? Like it was cool. But after that, I wanted to see people playing it, right? Like I don't care if you have a CG trailer as long as there's like a gameplay demo either on your YouTube page afterwards or on your website or whatever.
So
right?
like just make sure it's ready. So like as soon as that presentation ended, I could go click the video to watch it.
It doesn't have to be a part of your presentation necessarily, but it has like the gameplay has to be available somewhere after you reveal it or show it or whatever, right? And I haven't seen any. Like I know IGN ran their IGN First on Gears last month, and like there's a little bit of stuff, and they've been showing some Gears gameplay here and there from the tech test, but like I wanted to see Escape because that's like their cool new mode, and
I think I was most disappointed in that one because we know that game is coming so soon.
Yeah,
for them to not show anything about it, I thought it was weird. And they're like, "Oh yeah, come watch all the stuff about it at our event coming up soon." But no, we're at E3 right now. Yes, that's cool that that's happening, but I don't care about your event that's coming up. Show me the game now, and then maybe I'll come watch your event later on too.
Yeah, and then you can show something different at your event.
Yes.
I think everybody's trying to avoid the Anthem, the Fallout 76, the Destiny stuff. Like you not showing us what we need, and then you're releasing it, and it's not living to up what you show.
I mean, those games all had other internal problems that made them happen.
But there was hype built up by just showing like trailers and stuff.
I think No Man's Sky is another great example of
that's definitely true. And even Sean Murray going on there and talking all that stuff about No Man's Sky. And
I wouldn't even say don't be afraid of hype. Just don't lie to us. Don't show us something that you're not going to give us, and everything will be fine.
Yeah,
very true.
So that's Nintendo's lineup for 2020.
Game industry talk.
I know. All right, our next question. We only have a few more minutes here, so we're going to move on. Our next question comes from Sam Hall. It's a simple question. What would you like to see out of an upgraded Switch, quote, Pro model?
I think, for me, different. I think bigger Joy-Cons, in a sense that the buttons are a little bit bigger, and hopefully the drifting is gone. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, battery life and games to run smoother. Now, I know, like, most first-party games run great. Like Mario Odyssey runs like a dream. Splatoon runs fantastic. ARMS was great. Like games like that. But when you get into these big open games like Zelda, and I know, like some people are saying that Zelda was more of a porting problem than it was an actual system level problem. But like, I want to be able to play Breath of the Wild or Xenoblade Chronicles 2 without some sort of like frame rate
chug, right? Like I don't even care if it's at 30, like a solid 30 frames a second, because like 60 frames doesn't. To me, the 60 frames doesn't matter. I just want the game to run smooth. The only way like 60 frames really matters is like in a first-person shooter or like Splatoon is. I mean, not even Splatoon that much, but like Halo would be a game. Not that it's coming to Switch, but like Halo is a game that I want to see running at 60 frames because I like that much. But even then, like Destiny on console doesn't run at 60, and it runs great. So like, I just want a smooth experience, a smoother kind of, almost maybe on TV like your frame or your resolution is capped at 1080 and not less than 900, kind of like Zelda was, or even Doom to an extent, like kind of looks a little muddy on Switch. Not that like people are really playing Doom on docked on Switch, but like that kind of thing. I just want it to run a little bit smooth, games to run smoother and have a better battery life, which I think you almost have to sacrifice one for the other, almost. But
can I get that yellow Switch Lite for the Switch Pro? I like that yellow, and I want it on this like a Switch Pro.
So
Ed, they make
Switch
yellow
Pro,
Joy-Cons.
They do make yellow Joy-Cons.
I know.
Yellowish. Yellowish.
But I want the actual Switch, the tablet, or the console Switch to be yellow also.
So I think Switch Pro, I want a 6.6 screen because I think it's like what 4 inches right now, maybe.
I don't really
probably
know what it is.
I think it's like a 4-inch screen. So
it's bigger than that.
Is it?
If only there was some place on the internet to tell us what the specs of a Switch. I'm gonna look it up.
But go ahead, Ray.
Switch screen size. I think there it is. The screen size is a 6.2 inch LCD screen at 720.
6.2.
Yeah.
Okay, and so if it's at 6.2 inches, I want an 8-inch screen. I want an 8-inch screen. A bigger screen. I do want the faster processing. I don't think that you need to add any more internal storage because the memory for it is already really reasonably priced. But yeah, give me a bigger screen, a brighter screen, a beefier processor. Honestly, like seriously, please, beef up the processor.
I would like to see that screen come all the way to the edge too. I don't think it needs that bezel.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need that little hover around. I don't need bezels. Give me the bezel-less future, Nintendo. I want it. Other than that, I think the battery life I would be fine sacrificing if I got those specs but kept the same battery. The same battery life. I'd be okay with that.
They'll probably put the Switch Lite battery. Oh no, the new battery for the Switch. They probably put that one in the Switch Pro.
Well, what I'm saying is, if they give it a bigger screen, and make it brighter, the battery life will probably stay about the same. Honestly,
about the same.
Okay. With the processor, it'll probably stay about the same. Even if they're like, hey, we put all this new stuff in it, but we added more stuff. Therefore, but since I think it's gonna.
But they won't use the old battery from the
right. Exactly. It won't use the first one, so it'll be a little better, probably. Yeah. So I as much as I want a Switch Pro to have a bigger, better screen, I don't think that Nintendo is willing to sacrifice potential battery gains by doing that. So they'll add the better processor and they'll make everything run much smoother. But I don't think we'll get a bigger Switch. If we do, I'm happy. But honestly, I don't know. Just kind of thinking about what they just trying to predict what they think is important, which is the portability. I think we might get an updated dock before we'll get an updated Switch, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think it would be cool to get like a 32 gig micro SD card with it, like a Nintendo exclusive.
You mean the way that the 3DS comes with one, like a 4 gig, I guess.
Like a 4 or 5 gig.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of already does though, because it has 32 gigs of internal storage.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
but but also let it have that, but also like for a bonus,
like
if you want to,
I can see a bundle, but I don't see them spending the money to just include more memory when they're giving you a pretty generous amount already just out of the box.
Well, yeah, but that's why I said like a special bundle edition.
Well,
Yeah, something like a
I don't know
Nintendo exclusive. Or
I don't know
something.
if generous is the right word. They're giving you something.
Remember how much? Do you remember how much storage we got with the Vita? Do you remember?
What's a
How much
Vita?
did we?
They gave us like 2 gigs.
Oh, but you
Yeah,
had
and
to
then they
actually-
charge $400 for a 16 gig memory card.
Exactly. So
No
that's
thanks.
what I'm saying. I'm not complaining, and so far it's very generous.
I mean,
And-
look, if you have the money to buy a Switch, you probably have money to spend on a memory card. That's what I'm
And
saying.
but the thing is that it's cheap proprietary memory is great. I love it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so popular. Had they come up with their own stupid, crappy memory, you can only buy our memory cards. The Switch would be dead.
Yeah,
Oh heck yeah!
yeah. So, I guess one other thing I would like to see from a Switch, upgraded Switch, is like a redesigned dock that like almost like remember the Wii U cradle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's what I want from a dock.
You mean this weird thing right here? I don't know why I have this sitting right here.
Because you've been playing some Wii U. You've been playing that
Exactly.
Raving Rabbids board.
I don't even own a Wii U.
We fit you.
you mean
I
a
don't-
Wii?
I don't own a Wii U. At all.
You mean
No.
a Wii?
Get off my podcast.
Okay, bye.
I'm just kidding.
Um,
Don't leave me.
I don't own a Wii. I used to. But then I had only the reason why I would have one now is Virtual Console. That's it.
I mean, you're missing some great games on there.
You are.
Okay. I believe you both. Smile.
We'll discuss later.
It's the best Nintendo console of all time.
I love the Wii U.
Fact.
It's a very good stopgap.
Fact. It's got the best Assassin's Creed game on it.
Which one is that?
4, Black Flag.
Okay, good. You saved yourself.
It's
Whew,
got
good job.
it's got Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Which is a great game, and not enough people played it.
It's got Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is a
Yes.
super underrated RPG that everybody should play, and I hope comes to the Switch someday.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's got Xenoblade Chronicles X on it. It's got
great game.
Beautiful.
it's got the 3 best Zelda games on it. It's got Super Mario 3D World on it, which is arguably one of the most underrated Mario games of all time. It's got
My favorite.
Pikmin 3 on it.
Ha! Pikmin 3. It's got the wonderful one-on-one.
It's true.
Bayonetta 2. That's the game of the year.
And exactly, that game of the decade.
It's
a
got
great
Donkey
game. I love
Kong
that.
Country Tropical Freeze on there. No funky mode, but it's on there.
So, like I'm saying,
Captain
the Wii U is
Toad.
great. It's just I would only use it for Virtual Console because
Captain
I played
Toad.
all those games.
You said that the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance games.
I'm gonna keep playing those though.
Shovel Knight.
It's got Golden Sun and Mega Man Battle Network. That's all I need. Yeah.
That's why you got it. That's why you keep talking about Golden Sun.
All the time.
I won't.
Mario Kart
argue
8,
you.
the
Golden
best
Sun
Mario
is-
Kart. I'm
Did
just
you play
saying.
Golden Sun? Did you play the second part of Golden Sun?
I did. I played all of them. I played the one on DS too.
Was it?
The
'Cause I
second
didn't-
one on Game Boy Advance is good. The one on DS, it's not great.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to play the second one. I played the first Golden Sun, but not the second one. I couldn't find it anywhere.
It's hard. It's really hard to find. So I think that's the Lost Age.
I'm just saying
good.
Wii U is a great console. Just saying.
Yeah.
Lost Age is the first game. What is the name of the second game?
It's called
I don't
Golden
remember.
Sun 2. Electric
No, it's
Boogaloo.
just wait, I don't remember now. Oh well, we'll talk about that later. But I'm pretty sure it's Dark Dawn, and that was the DS game. Oh well.
We're gonna save Zach D'Angelo's question for next week because we are running out of time, and this looks like a question that requires some love and attention to it. So we're gonna save that for next week. This has been another episode of the NX Show. Remember, you can find us live on twitch.tv/the NX Show or codenamenx.com/live. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show. Ray, where can we follow you?
Hey, I am Ray Apollo everywhere on the internet. RayAPollo, no space. I'm a content creator, so I play video games and hopefully make you laugh or shake your head on the internet. So right now playing a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2.
Our heads.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
And Ray, congrats to 400 subscribers.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's it's followers, 400 followers. We ain't got subscribers yet, but if you want to
Oh,
subscribe,
wow.
get at your boy. I'm kidding. but no, we're having a great time. Right now, trying to finish Divinity, playing Ultimate Alliance. I'm playing all people's levels, Mario Maker related.
Did you play my level, Ray?
I did play your level. I don't know if I played your newest one, but I did play your level.
Did you enjoy mine?
Listen, I'll talk to you afterwards.
Ed, where can we find you?
What the heck did I do wrong?
All of y'all have made me mad at some point with your Mario Maker levels. All of you. You, Jesse, Corey, all of you. So I'm playing the rest of y'all's too. So if you're listening to this, you have Mario Maker level. I've been playing them on stream when I can, and we're having a great time. So yeah, come hang out with us.
Okay. You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatPetroCode, and you can check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud and other podcast apps. And I am getting ready for the Beauty of Video Games Volume 5 that will be on CodenameNX.com in September. So it's going to be a good, evil time.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You can follow me on Twitter at CoreyNHD713. You can also find me at CoreyNHD on Instagram and Twitch. I will be streaming a lot of Marvel and Mario Maker and Fire Emblem in the next few weeks, and Destiny probably at some point. You can also find me on the podcast Nerds Gone Rogue, which goes up every Monday. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Follow us on Twitch. Download our podcast on your podcast service of choice and stream us on Spotify. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo!
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Hey, Ray, are you playing Mario Maker with a Pro Controller on your streams?
No, I detest playing Mario Maker with the Pro Controller.
Because of
not
the lag?
good. It's not. Yes, it's not good.
Thank you.
So
I
you-
was like
you know
trying to
what
figure
I'm
this
saying?
out. I was like,
Wow.
even I
No,
even,
Really?
it's bad. It's
I-
so bad.
I
can't,
even have
I
it-
cannot play Mario Maker with the Pro Controller. I can't.
I even have it plugged into the dock, like through USB, and
Nope.
it's still super
It's
bad.
still bad. So you know what I use? I bought this beautiful device a while back. It's the 8-bit
It's-
8-bit Do.
It's the GameCube
And,
thing, isn't it?
But this is the beauty of it. I can plug a GameCube controller in on one side, and the SNES controllers from the Mini
Yeah.
on the other
Uh-huh.
side. And so I plug in my SNES Mini controller, and that's what I play with. I play with an SNES controller for Mario Maker, and it is the best thing ever.
Can you
That's
send,
so
can you send a
weird.
link
I
to
could-
that to me from like Amazon or
Yeah.
something?
I can't. Yeah, that's why I bought it. I bought it on Amazon. It is so good. I
That's
love this
weird.
thing.
I played all my Mario Maker levels with my with my Pro Controller.
I
and haven't
can't
had
do
no
it.
problem.
I can't do it. There's an input delay.
Yeah,
And
it's
bad.
like
Is
and
it-
I'm not one that usually notices a lot of input delay, but
Mm.
it is bad. Like
It's
Is it
bad.
for the jump? Is it for the jumps?
It's
for
all
everything.
it's the jumps, the
everything.
spins. It's like if I'm running and then I let go of run, it's still getting that input like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a second too late.
Yeah.
So I cannot play that game with the Pro Controller. I just can't.
Wow.
It's
I
at least a quarter of a second, if not
It is
more.
and it's bad. Like I can always notice a difference when I start a stream and I'm playing with this and I forget, and then I'm like,
Mm.
why am I playing with this? And then I switch to the other one. It instantly feels so much better. Like it's connecting with what I'm doing in my brain with my hands at the same time.
I think some of my hands be getting so sweaty using the Joy-Cons.
Oh man,
that it slide off, and I think because the buttons are bigger on Pro Controller, I'm able to control it easier. So,
But no,
it-
I love playing it with the SNES controller. It is so much better. I have so much more fun
That's awesome.
playing it with this. It
Nice.
feels natural playing Mario with an SNES controller because that's why I really got into Mario.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Pro Controller, can't do it.
I've been playing. This is the first time I've ever taken my Joy Cons off and put it in the thing that
Oh,
comes
the
with
grip?
the holster
Yeah.
grip
The grip.
thing.
There's some games I did that for. I thought I would use the grip more than I do, but I don't.
I still
I
have.
bought two
I,
and I lost one. I'm missing
still
one.
have-
I don't know where it is.
I still have Ed's from when he came to visit. He left it
okay.
here.
But yeah, I'm missing one. So
You-
it's so fun.
you're allowed to use it. You can put your.
I mean, I have
Doritos in the
mine.
rim.
Shook
have
Dorito
mine.
hands.
I'm just saying. I still have yours for when you come back to visit someday, and you can have it back.
Oh, thank
I
But
guess
no,
I
I'm
could've
sorry I
mailed
was
it to
late,
you.
guys. I appreciate you letting me jump in, but yeah, sorry I was late.
you. Okay,
No.
before I go, what was it about my levels that you didn't like, Ray?
Oh, nothing. I'm just giving you grief
Oh.
because I can.
You and Corey. What did I do wrong?
I'm only giving you grief because I can. But no,
Ed doesn't like my levels because I'm not an official Nintendo level designer, so
No!
my levels are
Yo,
bad.
No.
You didn't go online and complete the course? Wow, scrub.
I know.
No, I finished this levels, and Corey wanted me to have grief. He just like give me grief. I forced you to have grief, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh,
You're my boss.
People keep playing my level, and that makes me happy. So I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna make another level. We'll see. But yeah, Corey, I've been kind of doing what you're doing is playing Mario to see how I want levels. I've been watching Mario, like original Mario levels on YouTube, just to see how. Because I'm like, troll levels are they're haha funny, but when I play a good level, it makes me feel good because I'm like, wow, this person made a good level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to do that. I want to make good levels that have trolly elements.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
right.
second level is definitely a trolley level.
Oh, and that's the grief one right there. I'm
Which
just
one
like,
is that one again? Is that the one where the
Where you got to go to the right pipes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
is that the one where if you go all the way to the right, it doesn't matter, but if you go up and through the pipes, is
No,
No,
that's
that's
the
the
first
first
one.
so the first
This-
I played that one on stream.
Yeah.
That one I played on stream, and I cursed at you a lot.
Because you went all the way to the right, didn't you?
I did, and I was so mad at you. I was so pissed. I was so mad.
My second level is called Follow Me Down, and it's just a giant maze full of trolley elements.
Okay, I'm gonna play that one next time I play. But no.